How's it going, everyone? This is MOS Tricks, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the #1 DPS player and PSYLOCKE in the world, SparkR. And first things first, we're going to be starting off here on defense on Spider Island. We also have a very star-studded team as well, with Doge Biceps being the #1 player on the leaderboard, period. He's been holding it for a very long time, and also Sypha, the #1 healer or support player in the world as well too. So this is a destructive team when they're all playing together. We're going to be trying to play up here on height as I say it. Speaking of which, the offense really wants to try and get height here to the best of their ability, but we're going to be forcing them down right there. SparkR doing his best, trying to keep that height. Also having Mantis on our team as well too, to try and keep PSYLOCKE inspired to get extra damage. Just playing on the side here, just trying to get that ult charge, sitting at about 75% ult right here. Playing back up on height, there's the inspiration again. Those blue little arrows are the inspiration coming out from Mantis to give that extra damage boost. Almost burning down that Hulk right there. The invis right here, possibly an assassination on the Hela, and we are going to get it into the ult as well, forcing the dagger ult right there. One thing you're going to notice as well too is that Spark, when he uses his ult, he ensures that he has at least one cooldown to escape. He had one dash right there, was able to dash back to the Luna and stay safe after popping his ult. Forcing everybody back right here. Trying to get another potential assassination on definitely the Hela right there for sure, getting frozen by Luna, making it even easier. And right now, Spark has this Hela's number. Enemy Hulk having none of it, just trying to push forward, trying to make any sort of space whatsoever. But Spark and the boys playing very close. Once again, you'll notice that Spark is only going off to the sides to do very quick flanks into ults, more often than not. Ult or an assassination, not wasting a lot of time, just like that. Using his ult, popping the defensive ult to try and defend against Spark's ult. And now we have a Hulk popping ult. Say ult again, I dare you. Popping his ult, and then Mantis popping her ult to defend against it. All of the ults are popping right now, going crazy. Gonna try and burn down the Hela to the best of our ability to try and make sure she doesn't get any value out of that, and also getting destroyed by Doge Biceps, the Strange on our team. Forcing everybody back. Luna doing her job, keeping everybody all close together here. One of the big things too is you'll see, of course, on the enemy team, no Moon Knight, so we can play in a bit more of a ball comp without worrying about getting destroyed out of a Luna ult. Be wrapping around here, very scary spot to be in, only at 29 health, but we do have the Luna Snowflake on us, so we're going to get passively healed as she's healing the rest of the team. Wrapping around here, one of the longer flanks for sure, but we do have the time to do it. It's much better to take time there with a flank to try and make it back to the team versus forcing something and potentially going down. We have Hulk up on height, getting inspired by the Mantis, so you see the blue arrows just forcing everybody down. And that's one of the things too, as I say, another ult coming out, this could be destruction. Let's see what happens here. And the dagger actually making a huge mistake, backing out of the Invisible Woman ult and giving up that life for free. Huge blunder, I will say, on the offense's part. Spark not going to complain about it though. Speaking of which, getting the burn down on the Hulk right there, going to try and jump on top of them. See you later. And also Strange, absolutely in shambles. Guys, you see these blue arrows? I keep on pointing them out. That's the Mantis inspiration on PSYLOCKE. Allowing her to do so much damage, just burning everybody down. And that's the thing about PSYLOCKE as well too. She's a 5-star difficulty, but a lot of players give that flack, saying this character is not that hard. Here's the thing, the combos with this character are not that hard. The mechanical skill needed for this character is not that crazy. What makes the character difficult is the fact that she's a 250 champ, and you can spend a lot of time doing the wrong thing with this character. She can be everywhere at once, which means it's very easy to be out of position, or also not giving your team value because you're too far away from the team, you're not looking for picks, you're not paying attention to the enemy health bars so you can get your burn downs and get those cleanups when you possibly can. And that's the thing about this character too. She's so good at getting final hits. One of the best in the biz. Speaking of which, almost getting one right there. And then I'm not even sure what happened to the, I'm not even sure what happened. And there he is right there, getting slammed to the ground. Punisher flying through the sky and getting tossed around by our Hulk, I'm sure. Popping his ult right here. Can be playing a little bit patiently right here. Trying to get the burn down. If we can get this, or get rid of the Punisher, we are able to, but we're kind of by ourselves. Gotta be careful. Luna and the Hulk down for our team. And unfortunately, Spark going to go down for the first time right there. But guys, the level of production coming out from Spark is insane. There's never a moment where he's really just standing around doing nothing or just blasting mindlessly into tanks. One of the biggest things that he does super effectively, and this is something that you should be trying to take into your own gameplay, regardless of the character that you play, is paying attention and managing the enemy's health bars. If you see somebody is low because your tank is blasting them and you have your right click on board or on deck and you can throw out an entire combo and get the deletion, you have to be paying attention to that. Instead of trying to isolate your own fights because you feel like it, instead you're trying to assist in deleting the weakest character possible because the burst damage coming out from PSYLOCKE is so crazy. Punisher also in shambles, as I say, but we've got to be careful here. You're trying to get out. We have the snowflake on us. They're also getting beautifully healed, I will say. Smoke screen going up. Not really sure what's going on. We have 2 dashes here, about to have our E up in a second. And I'm sure we're going to see an ult here in a second. As I say, here's the ult right here. And there's nothing they can really do about this. Let's see what happens. We're going to get 1. We're going to get 2 healers just like that. Also going to get the burn down thanks to our Luna. And also the Punisher almost dying right there too. So there's 3 on the board forced from that ult. And the big thing too with Spark is he's not holding onto his ults forever. Unfortunately going to go down right there. But let's talk about this quickly. The second he gets his ult, he says it's time to destroy the world. He's not waiting for the perfect moment to try and get 6 players or 5 players in the ult. And realistically, the way that PSYLOCKE's ult works, you really can't do that anyways. But he gets his ult, and now what he's doing is he's essentially staggering his ult against the defensive ult. So every time that they have their defensive ults, he does not have his ult. Every time that he has his ult, they do not have their ults. So he can now get in there for free and start blasting ults with no hesitation and not have to wait or worry if the enemies are going to then counter it with their own defensive ults. Right here, shoving the whole team back. There goes the banner, going down into the Bruce banner right here, getting destroyed, pushing everybody back. Also, my God, bro. The centering slammed out of the air as well. The centering coming up from Spark is outrageous. It is outrageous. So right here, we're gonna have a bit of an awkward silence for a second. It's because Doge Biceps on the Strange just did a double portal over the enemy spawn's doors. So they have to all wrap around and waste even more time to try and get out. And that's the thing too, at the highest level of play, a 0.01% lobby, the sweatiest of techs are going to come out. Any sort of advantage we could possibly get, we're going to take. Absolutely, right there, gonna be backing up a little bit. We got Hulk popping his ult, but we have no interest in that because once he's in his ult, not a lot we can really do on PSYLOCKE. I will say, huge Agamotto coming out from the defense there, or sorry, the offense there, I should say, and we're gonna have to back up. Spark has his ult, but he's all by himself. Take a look at the top left of your screen. Every single person is down, so we are in a small dark room, scared for our life right now. Trying to not make too much noise. Gotta be careful right here. Hopefully nobody finds us. Got Hella on us right here. Gonna be dashing through or going invisible. Going for the mix-up. It's trying to escape. Getting empowered by the Mantis and getting the deletion. That is a crazy, crazy reversal that just happened right there. Spark has no right to be alive. I'm gonna keep it a million. Yes, he got saved a little bit by the Mantis, but the entire team was right there and he could have got jumped for free, able to escape and get another huge deletion right there. I was expecting the ult to come out early, but he said, you know what, let me get this freebie real quick first. Huge Agamotto coming out. This should be an ace. This could just be an ace. Banner, see you later. Goodbye. Ace. Insane. And just like that, my God. My God. Gonna be a very convincing stop on the defense for Spark and the boys. Let's see what happens here on offense. Now here we are on offense. And if you take a look at the top left of your screen, you're gonna notice that we now have a Captain America on our team. So we're going Strange and Cap for our frontline tanks. One of the things I've seen a lot more now at higher levels of play is players experimenting more with dive and being more aggressive. Of course, with the nerfs to Hela and Hawkeye, you see a lot less poke. Of course, we also have the Punisher Rocket team up being very popular as well too, even at the highest level of play. But as players are getting more mechanically sound, they're getting much more familiar with playing with each other's callouts and off of their timings, you're seeing a lot more dive into the mix. So you're gonna see a Captain America and a 0.1% lobby putting in work, and also having the PSYLOCKE who's going to be able to clean up a lot of the kills off the disruption that he creates. You have Captain America, you see him on the X-ray to the left, just taking all this aggro. They have no idea we're behind them, almost able to get the burn down on the dagger. That's one of the few times we've seen Spark actually not be successful with an assassination. Up until that point, basically flawless. Still phenomenal centering. Up in the corner here, gonna be waiting for the dagger ult to finish before popping down or dropping down with our ult. There it is right here. Be forcing out the Invisible Woman ult, saving the entire team for the defense. Still a job well done, because as we've seen for Spark, hold on, huge Agamotto, but unfortunately not gonna get too much off of it. We still have Bucky going crazy. But as I was going to say, is that Spark has been doing exceptionally well with getting his ult very fast. It's been the difference maker at the highest level for sure, is getting your ult as quickly as possible and then not holding on to it for the perfect moment, but rather just throwing fire downrange as much as possible. Also, speaking of which, on a side note, we saw the Captain America jump out there for a second using his ult, just wasting the time of the defense and not allowing them to push up and shove us back even further, but rather allowing us to pick up where we left off right here on the stairs. Still playing height so much here. Jumping down now into the Luna ult. Spark getting inspired by the Mantis. Pushing up even more here. Strange in shambles. We have our ult again. The ult is happening so quickly. Let's see if we can get anybody here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get anybody, but still saving a dash. Able to put a mix on. They had no clue where we just went right there. My God. Instead of going back to the team, actually going straight up top, and still getting a kill out of that anyways on the Bucky. Already at 26, make it 27% ult charge again, using both dashes to just escape. We got a lot of ults on the defense popping right here, so we got to be careful. Just playing the corner, playing a little bit of hard cover right here while Bucky's going insane. Just trying to go back to the team, clean up the Bucky, and we are able to do that. Spark putting on a clinic, getting inspired again by the Mantis. Check out the blue arrows. The damage coming through, burning down the Strange. All of a sudden here on the Rocket, getting a full combo on Rocket, chasing him up onto the height, still tracking Rocket. This is not easy. Getting the melee weave into another melee weave into the dash. My God. For anyone that doesn't know, this man he's sick. He knows he's sick. He knows he's sick, bro. He knows he's disgusting. And I've said this many times in previous videos. It is basically impossible to kill Rocket as PSYLOCKE. You have to play that perfectly. The Rocket had both of his dashes, was running for his life, and he has the ability to heal himself as well too. And still, Spark was able to get it done, and now push us into point number 2. Speaking of which, still inspired, also has his ult as well. Had an idea there for a second, possibly try and pop an ult, but like I said, staggering the ults. He's getting almost 2-to-1, which is pretty insane, because more often than not, defensive ults are always flying. But here we are now, getting a flank. Let's see what happens. Gonna be going for the ult, wrap in the corner, and that's a huge mistake. A huge mistake on the defense, popping both of their support ults right there, and now they're in shambles. Rocket, wrong side of town again, trying to put the work on Spark right there, almost getting the burn down as well too. It's wrapping around, getting the health pack, in a wild 1v1 on the back line right here. Gotta be careful, get another health pack, and that's so smart too, guys. If you're trying to take 1v1s and there are health packs around, do not avoid them. Speaking of which, huge combo or another assassination on the invisible woman right there. But if you are trying to do these 1v1s or just fight in general, if there are health packs around, play near the health pack until your health gets low, step into it and continue the fight. Don't panic and instantly get it, and especially don't avoid them. Able to clean up the majority of the defense right there. Now we got 3 on cart. This could be the final fight right here. So here we are setting up for the final fight. We have the Hulk jumping in on us first, trying to get that burn down. Once again, the damage is coming out from everybody, going into the Bruce Banner. Some would say the better of the 2 characters, but in this case, going to be an absolute shambles. Somehow staying alive better than when he was the Hulk. But once again, we have our ult, Spark in the back line, popping the ult. Let's see if we can get a couple. We can absolutely get a couple, getting the dagger and the rocket and the game. GG's. And just like that, Spark and the boys winning in a 2-1 fashion on Spider Islands. And just like that, Spark is going to be your MVP for the game with 33 kills, only 2 deaths, 36,000 damage, and 20 final hits. And guys, if you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more of it in the future, please be sure to subscribe to the channel as I'm dropping videos on pro players daily. And once again, this is MOS Trick saying thanks for watching the video and have a great rest of your day.